clean out the closet, and I'd stuffed them back in there. And one of those was a letter from a person that had been on our bulletin mailing list for a while, and she wrote in to let me know just how awful the bulletins were. As she criticized about everything that our church did, and I could go into point by point of that she made. No, there's no reason to. She just didn't like what she was reading. And the other letter was from someone that had been getting our bulletins, and it was real. The other letter was a couple pages, and this one's real short, just a short paragraph, just letting me know how much they appreciated the bulletin, that they were in jail, and it gave them encouragement and comforted them, and they told how they like to read the scriptures and the different things that people have preached, and I thought two different people getting the very same message and taking it two very different ways. And I thought on that all week, and I was out here prayer meeting this morning praying, and that came back on my mind, and I just got to praying about it. I said, God, how can two people hear the very same thing and receive it two very different ways? How can that happen? And as I was praying there, this is just the way that it came to me, and I thought about Brother Bill being a mail carrier, and I could just picture in my mind him having two pieces of the very same mail, maybe two bills with the very same amount, taking it to two neighbors, and he puts it in the mailbox of the neighbors, and he goes on, and this one person checks their mail, gets that bill out, looks at it, and says, well, okay, because they got enough to cover it. And the next neighbor goes to their mailbox, and they get it out, and they're tore all to pieces. They don't like it. It just upsets them because they don't have enough to cover it. And when I was praying this morning, and God began to lay that on my heart and bring it to me that way, He said, you got one that can hear the message, and they don't have enough of God to cover them. And so they get upset about it. They just get torn all to pieces about it. It ain't what they wanted to hear. It ain't what they was wanting. And then they don't like it at all. And then the next one opens it up, and they just begin to feel the Spirit of God one more time. And He begins to settle down. They look at it, and they say, okay, Lord. Okay, Lord. And it just affects them a whole different way. And I thought on that all day today. And I thought, Lord, let me have your Spirit living in me. That whatever the message is that comes forth, that I'll say, okay, Lord. Okay, Lord. Yeah, I'll take that. I'll grow in that. I'll listen to that. Teach me, Lord. Let me be teachable. Let me have enough of the Spirit of God to be teachable, that you can show me what's needed and not get so. There's been times throughout my life when God was trying to teach me, and I didn't take it so well, because it wasn't what I was wanting. It wasn't what I wanted to hear. I didn't want to move up to that. And I thought, no, I just don't see it that way. That just ain't right. But then when I prayed, and the power of God came by, and I felt the Spirit of God come by, and He began to open up my understanding, and He said, it is that way. Then I'd say, okay, Lord. And then I'd find myself moving up, and I've never regretted it. It's been so good. But I thought, that's just what God dealt with me on, about the way, while there's different, it's received different ways. But the other thing He said was, just give it anyway. Because the way that people receive it is between them and God. But it's just our responsibility to sing it, testify it, exhort it, preach it. That's what we got to do. Live it. And then however it's received, it's received. I appreciate God tonight.